Hey there! Start here. We're going to be taking on Rafflesia Advanced, the new 12 Types Trial, and this one is a challenge. It is very difficult, I'm not going to lie. And taking Esther into this trial actually makes it a little extra difficult. And I'll explain why once we get into the fight. I kind of want to get in there right away because there is a definite chance that we won't get this done in the turn count. And so I kind of want to just get in there and try and get it done as quickly as possible. I will just briefly say that this trial is extremely challenging for a couple of reasons. Mostly because of the elemental resistances. And Rafflesia has insanely high elemental resistances to all elements. The only ones that it is quote-unquote weak to are wind and earth. And even then, it has 210% resistance to wind and earth, which means you need very big imperils to those elements. And even if you have big imperils, you probably want to bring an imperil field to go with it so that you stack up that imperil as much as possible. The best unit at the moment, as of the making of this video for this trial, is Neovision Emperor because he has a 160% wind imperil. And so having that makes life so much easier, especially if you're bringing someone like Narshmog to apply an extra 25% imperil field, giving you like a total 185% imperil. That is massive. I do not have Neovision Emperor. The best I have is Tulien, who has a 145% Earth Imperil on his Super Limit Burst. And unfortunately mine is only EX2, but I think we can still get this done. You notice I brought NVA Sieghard. He is bringing the Earth Imperil field. So if you combine Tulien's current Imperil of 145 with the 25% Imperil field, you get a total of 170% Imperil, which means Rafflesia will still have 40% positive resistance to Earth element. So you can see why this trial is a bit tricky. Esther adds a little bit of extra trickiness to it because her Limit Burst will replace any elemental imperil fields that you put into play. Sieghard is at least a little better at handling this because he can easily get his field back up. Unfortunately, he is a trance unit, and so there will be some turns where we can't replace that elemental imperil field. But I think I've worked this out to where I can get this done in 15 turns. I cannot do it with a 5-unit team because I absolutely need that elemental imperil field. I will say that Tulien will eventually get an upgrade, hopefully next week or the week after. Whenever the next story update comes in, Tulien will get an upgrade with a piece of equipment that you get from the story, which upgrades his imperil to 160% and gives him an 89% break, which will it'll be just absolutely huge for this trial, and especially for Esther. When that happens, I will come back and do a 5-unit clear, but for now, I can only do it in 15 turns or less with 6 units. So let's go ahead and get in there. I've got my EX3 Bunny Girl. You see I've brought an EX3 Chizuru friend. Senzar there, you might know, you might have heard of him. Senzar built a really nice Chizuru for this trial, so I'm going to take that one in, and hopefully I'm going to take some of that Senzar luck with me into this trial to get it done in 15 turns. All right, let's see what we do. All right, so Tulien can just start off Earthbreaker for some high attack and mag breaks, as well as the Earth Imperil. Maeve is going to do effective strategy. We do not want to use practice lure because I have Tulien passively provoking. That way, because there is a single target water imperil every 3rd turn, we do not want Maeve to take that because she is only geared for 100% water resist. Okay, so she's going to do effective strategy, natural wall, limitless ferocity. And that's going to help get Sieghard's LB up and ready. I also call Sieghard Siggy. It's just easier to say. So you might hear me refer to Sieghard as Siggy throughout this fight. So if you hear me say Siggy, that's what I'm talking about. All right, so we'll do Paladin's Defense, Gravel Egg Basket, and Elemental Vines. All right. Seacard will go ahead and put up his LB now because he's got it ready to go. Put up that Imperil field. Esther and Chizuru will just go ahead and chain it up. We'll use Plant Pulverizer for the killers. All right, and this first turn is going to be insignificant damage. We're not worried about this first turn, it's just a setup turn. But starting next turn, we are going to start trying to do as much as we can every turn to get this one done as quickly as possible. I've run this one many times already, and I've come up short way too many times, but I think I'm feeling good. I think this is the one. So what we're going to do here is we'll go ahead and do Phoenix Guard on Maeve, because there is a chance that we'll get an AoE Water Imperil, and if that happens, Maeve will almost certainly die from the AoE Magic Nuke. And so I gave her Phoenix Esper so that she can use this skill, Phoenix Guard, which does a 3-turn re-raise. All right, so we're going to do that this turn. Chizuru will shift, LB. Esther will LB. Tulien's going to LB first to go ahead and do that little extra bit of Earth Imperil. So you can see the Earth resistance is at 45% now. So that's including the 140% Imperil plus a 25% Imperil field. When we get the SLB, that'll go down to 40%, and that extra 5% will be huge. Very important. All right. Sylvie can just do Paladin's Offense, Paladin's Resolve, and Compassionate Knight. All right. So yeah, as long as I start Chizuru first, Esther's LB field should not interfere with Chizuru taking advantage of the Imperil field. And Esther will also take advantage of the Imperil field because Esther's LB field does not come into effect until after Esther has dealt damage. All right. All right, so that's pretty typical of this turn. All right, so now Siggy will do it again, do his LB again to replace that Imperil field. Now you notice both both fields are now in play, so we are going to get the benefits of both on our next burst turn. So while it is a downside that Esther replaces the field, it can have some benefits of getting sort of the best of both worlds on certain turns. We won't be able to do that every time because, like I said, Siggy is on a trance shift, so there will be some turns where we don't have the Imperil field in place, and we just have to suck it up and deal with it. All right, so Tulien has the Water Imperil on him, the big one. Yep, so you definitely don't want Maeve to take that. But you also don't want Tulien to have it either because he also has a water elemental damage over time, and he will die if that procs without being dispelled. Now I do have Guts on Tulien, but I want to save it for a later turn. So Rage Beast Roar to get rid of that. Now I also want to check no mag buff. That's good. All right, always important to check for the mag buff. I'm going to shift Sylvie, and I'm going to actually have Sylvie chain with Esther. I do have Sylvie built with 300% plant killers because I want her to do a little bit of damage. Her chaining skill actually has a pretty decent modifier on it, especially if Esther is in the party. And so she can actually contribute a little bit here. And in this trial, every little bit of damage counts, all right? Yeah, it's very important to make sure that you are doing as much damage as possible. I've tried to squeeze every bit of juice out of this fruit that I can. All right, now we need to get Chizuru's LB back up and running, but we also need to do the Katana Imperil. So she'll do Eastern Winds for that Katana Imperil. Siggy can do double Sweet Charm to help fill up the LB, and Maeve can do triple Limitless Ferocity. Yep, Limitless Ferocity to help fill that up as well. All right, so now Sylvie and Esther can chain it up. And this might only do like 1 or 2%, but that is significant, right? Very significant. I can't tell you how many times I've come up like 2 or 3% short on turn 15 when I'm going in for the kill, and it hurts. It hurts. All right. Tulien's SLB is up and ready to go. So you see Rafflesia has 45% resistance. After the SLB, that'll go down to 40. And yeah, that is huge. That is huge. Okay. So Sylvie's going to do her Brave Shift LB, again for that extra little bit of punch. Maeve, let me just check. She's got 2 turns on her cover, but only 1 turn on her re-raise, so I'm going to reapply the re-raise, because that is more important to me. Alright, and we'll get ready to replace the field after everyone is gone. So again, Tulien first, followed by Chizuru and Esther. If you spark chain your Chizuru and Esther, that's fine. They will still get the effect of the imperil field if you spark chain them. But just make sure you try to tap Chizuru first, unless you have a reliable method of spark chaining. Okay. Okay. Boom. Hoping to get around 70% here. Yeah, 72, that's good. All right, I'm fine with that. That's a good place to be. All right, so now we have the field in play for the next one. Ooh, there's the AoE death. So yeah, everyone is death resistant. That AoE death, there's a small chance of it happening on any given turn. I rarely see it, but I'm glad it happened here, so you guys can see it. And yeah, you just have to make sure everyone is geared for death resistance. It's possible you could go all 15 turns and never see it, but on the turn that you're actually going to beat it is the turn. That's the turn that it's going to definitely do it. So just make sure that you've got everyone geared for death resistance. And I'll show you the gear at the end, like I said, if we get through this. All right. Now we're going to do Elemental Vines, Paladin's Resolve, Compassionate Knight, because you notice Tulien's got the Water Imperil but no MP to dispel it. So Sylvie to the rescue. There we go. Now Rage Beast Roar. Alright, C card basically doesn't need to do anything at this point. Actually, what I will have him do, never mind, I shouldn't say he doesn't have anything to do. I'll just go ahead and have him fill up. That way, in case we need to use Sylvie's LB, we will be ready for that. Alright, yep, so then we're going to do, let's do Effective Strategy, Feral or Natural Wall, and Feral Instinct. That's just to make sure we always have an Earth Imbue going. All right. So Chizuru and Esther are just going to chain it up. Just to make sure I did Plant Pulverizer for the plant killers. All right. Hopefully this gets us down to like 69% or something. Ah, 68. Yeah, it's good. All right, Tulien's just going to do his normal LB. So obviously Chizuru is not ready to shift yet, so we use Blazing Red Flash. Sinzar put the Lone Swordsman card on his Chizuru so that we can chain it up on off turns. And Sylvie will... you see, I also gave it to Sylvie. That was more for the plant killers than anything. No mag buff, so we don't have to worry about that. That is good. We still have. Tell you what, we still have that. So I'm just gonna do Gravel Egg and Compassionate Knight on this turn. And actually, I'm gonna have Tulien do. Alright, because we don't really need that Imperil on this turn. I'm going to do Full Breakdown just to have the higher attack and mag breaks, because those are about to wear off, as you can see. Yep, Siggy could honestly just guard on this turn, but I'll do another Sweet Charm just to make sure Sylvie's up and running. Okay. Now this will get rid of the imperil field, unfortunately, but that's okay. We're gonna manage it. We're gonna manage it. All right, I'm gonna do Phoenix Guard just to re-up the Maeve's re-raise. All right, let's go. Hoping to get close to 50, but not go over. 55. All right. Yeah, not too shabby. I mean, I'd love to be a little closer to 50%, but I think that'll do it. Wow, I got two AoE deaths. I'm not sure if that's an omen or if that's a sign of good luck. I don't know. I've never seen 2 in a single fight, but that just goes to show that it can happen, huh? That's pretty funny. Okay. Let's see. We are going to. Actually, no. Sorry. Sylvie is going to chain it up with Esther on this turn. Because again, we want to try and get as close to. Let me double check. Make sure there's no mag buff. All right. We want to get as close to 50% as we can before we do our big burst next turn. So even though Chizuru is ready to shift, we're not going to do it. We're going to use Tyvus' Spirit instead. Just to buff that LB mod. Esther. Alright, we'll get ready. Yeah, we're still nice and buffed up. And hell, you know what? We're even going to let Maeve do a little bit of chaining here, because she should be pretty much solid on everything. She's got 2 turns left on her re-raise. 3 turns left on her cover. Yeah, we're going to let her chain it up too. Let her have some fun. Alright, Tulien is just going to do regular LB just to maintain. Yeah, so we've got a 70% resistance. Okay. Alright. It's not the best, obviously. You know, I'd rather have it be much lower, but, you know, we take what we can get until Siggy's still got 2 turns left anyways, before he's ready to go, so not much we can do about it. Alright, hopefully. I was hoping to do it like 2% there, but. Alright, that means we've got a lot to shave off on this next turn, because I want to get down to 41% or lower if possible. That might be asking too much, but we're going to see. Alright, luckily we got no mag buffs, so Sylvie can do her Brave Shift Limit Burst to just add a little bit extra oomph. Okay, because I don't think we need to do anything else. We should have all of our... Oh, no. I made this mistake once before. I'm glad I caught myself. Alright, we need to start the earth ramp on this one. I almost kicked myself there. Alright, yeah, we need to start the earth ramp on this turn. That is vital. Because the next burst is going to be a big one. And we want to make sure that we have the 100% amp on that one, because we're about to push the threshold, which means Rafflesia is going to start healing itself. And it will do so immediately after we push this threshold. Alright, I'm going to do triple limitless because we want to get Chizuru's LB back up and ready on turn 10. Alright, Siggy can't do anything yet. That's fine. Actually, no, sorry. I'll have him prepare to do a double sweep charm to refill Chizuru's LB. Alright, here we go. Looking for Daddy needs a 41%. Come on. Oh, 44, that sucks. Alright, no worries. We're gonna push on through. Alright, power through. Yeah, yikes. Alright, so it's healed itself back up to 52, but no worries. We are going to power on through and get this done. So yeah, so that was the turn that Tulien needed guts, because I just didn't have it I didn't have the action economy to do what I needed to do with Tulien there. But no worries, he doesn't have the imperil anymore. It only lasts for 1 turn, so I'm not too worried about it. Okay, Esther, chain it up. Sylvie is actually, I was gonna do some chaining with Sylvie, but I need to set up some buffs now. All right. Okay. And then, yeah, everyone that needs, I'll tell you what, do another double sweep to fill up Chizuru, make sure she's ready to go. So we're going to imperil katanas again, because that's going to expire. Maeve can chain with Esther, I think, because I think she's got everything she needs. Oh. Nope, she needs re-raise. Yep, okay. Glad I checked. She needs re-raise. Let me check for mag buffs. No mag buffs. Alright. Okay. Let me think. Nah, I better be safe. Safe rather than sorry, right? Alright, we're just going to do another full breakdown, just to make sure we have decent attack and mag breaks up for longer, because I think Tulien's SLB breaks only last for two turns. So this will just make sure we have something once those fade out. Okay. Alright, oh, just shy on the MP, huh? Man, tough break. Alright, so what I'm gonna actually do is just to make sure that Tulien doesn't die. It's actually not a huge deal if he does. But I'm gonna do some buffs, and I'm gonna actually have him guard on this turn. Yep, because C card now needs to shift. Do Rose Wall. Maeve. Yeah, because Maeve needs to reapply her covers on this turn. Yeah. Okay. And yeah, we're gonna try and push as much as we can into the threshold here. All right, this is kind of a moment of truth. See how much we can do. Okay. So yep, we've got the biggest possible imperils. Alright. I just don't want Tulien to die. But even if he does, actually, it's not that big of a deal. Yeah, I think it's actually fine if he dies. Okay. And man, I'm like, yeah, I've done this so many times, you'd think I'd be just flying through this, but I'm also double checking myself because I've screwed up multiple times. All right. Okay. This one should be pretty significant. Nice. Yeah. That one felt good. All right. Feeling good, feeling good. Alright, see if Tulien dies. I think he probably will, but... Oh, does he not have the damage over time? Did he not get the DOT? Alright, cool. Alright, so we've got to do... time to set up again. Alright, back to our usual, oh, nope, because I have to set up another big ramp. I'm going to do that on this turn. And then we're going to do... Let's see. I've done this actually a couple of different ways. Let me actually just real quick. Yeah, I'm actually gonna try something completely different here. Yeah, I'm gonna try something completely different. Okay, this is the first time I'm making this adjustment on the fly. Let's hope it works. I think this might be the game changer here. All right. So yeah, now we're going to LB on this turn actually. All right, and we'll have Tulien do that. We'll put Phoenix Guard on Maeve because I'm pretty sure. Does she have re-raise? Oh, she's got one more turn of it. Sweet. In that case, I'll do triple Limitless Ferocity to make sure that Siggy's got his LB ready to go next turn. Okay. Yeah. All right. So normally I would chain it up on this turn and then do the LB next turn, and then have Sylvie refill Esther's LB on the turn after that. But I want Esther's LB on the 100% amp to be a big one, right? And so that's what we're going to go for here. And this might actually be the game-changing adjustment to my rotation. All right, so now we have 45% Imperil Sweets. Okay. All right, so that wasn't huge because Esther doesn't have her mod buff on, but that's okay. All right. Yeah, because I think now I should definitely. Yeah, and he's still imperiled the Katanas for. Oh, perfect. Yeah, I think this is a much better plan. Okay, I think I might have finally figured out what was wrong. Okay, Sylvie. All right, again, I'm doing modifications on the fly here, so sorry, I'm going to be double checking everything over and over again. Right. She not have? Oh, that's right. Yep, she does not have re-raise. So we gotta re-up her re-raise. Siggy's going to go ahead and do his LB again. Tulien, go ahead and do SLB. And, alright, so we should still have our Ramping Earth imbue, so I don't need to worry about Gravel Egg on this turn. I might honestly just have her chain it up. No, I'm going to play it safe. Don't want to F something up. So we'll do Elemental Vines, Paladin's Resolve, and actually I'm going to do Burgeoning Defense. That way, you know, greatly reduces the chance that even if Maeve gets the Imperil, she could still potentially survive it with all the mitigation. So I'm going to do that because I just want to make sure nothing gets, like, you know, just cover all my bases basically. Okay. Yeah. All right, and then Tulien, we'll do SLB, and then make sure I did the plant pulverizer, chain it up. We'll get ready for a big LB on next turn. All right, I think this is gonna do it. All right, so on this turn I should be able to get below 10%. I need to get below 10% on this turn in order to stop Rafflesia from healing itself. Okay, and I think I am set up well enough to do that. Alright, we're going to do a double limitless ferocity here. Alright, she doesn't need to reapply her cover anywhere. Yep. Doesn't need to reapply cover. And so I want to try and get Sylvie's LB up on this turn. Yeah, at this point, I don't really care if Tulien dies. Because I'd really like to have Sylvie's Brave Shift LB ready. I'm assuming it's going to have... Oh, man, I'm getting lucky. I'm going to call it the Sinzar luck. I assumed it was going to have a mag buff up this turn and, like, really destroy us. But I think I'm good. Okay. So Sylvie will do her Brave Shift LB. We should have the biggest amp. Everything is lining up. The stars are aligning. All right. So we need to do at least 21% of its HP. Which is, let's see, 10% is 8. Yeah, 10% is 800 million because it's got 8.5 billion. So I need to do 1.7 billion damage here, which I think we should be able to do. Okay. Yep. Wish me luck. This is kind of it. If I can break 10% HP, I think we've got it in the bag. Oh yes! Oh my gosh! Yes! Whew. All right. I think that's it. I think we have done it. Yeah. Sweet. All right. I'm gonna replace the put up that imperil field again. All right. Tulien might die on this turn, but I honestly don't care. Tulien can suck it. Just kidding. No. Tulien is the MVP of this trial. Believe it or not. Oh, 1.8, sweet. All right, I've done as high as 2.1 on those turns. So that was actually, I don't want to say a low roll, but yeah, it could have been better, but it was just enough, Okay, now we're not out of the woods yet. We still have to set up for one more burst. Okay, and let's see, we should be good to go, right? All right, so I think I need to do the Katana Imperil. Let me just double check. Again, this is like as close as I've been here, guys. Yep, I need to do Katana Imperil. All right, Siggy needs to do double Sweet Charm. All right, all right, now we can do... yeah, we'll do Gravel Egg. Elemental Vines and Compassionate Night so that Tulien can dispel himself. No mag buff, so we're good there. Rage Beast Roar on himself. Alright, Maeve. Let me just make sure Maeve has... Actually, even if Maeve died this turn, that'd be fine. Okay, so honestly, Maeve is just going to... Right. Maeve is just going to fill up LB so that Chizuru is ready to go. Actually... Alright, again, I want to make sure we're getting this done. So I'm going to have, no, I'll still have Tulien, just in case. I think we're going to get this done on the next turn, so I'm honestly not that worried about it. But I would like to do a little bit more chip damage on this turn, just to feel a little bit better about my position for finishing this thing off. Whew. All right, home free, everybody. Holy moly. I cannot believe I've honestly done this try like 30 times. All right, this is yeah, this is it, guys. It's gonna happen. Yep, this thing's gonna die. So before I kill, let me go ahead and just show you the gear. So Tulien is just geared with water resist, 100% water resist. A form of death resist, that's Blizzard Orb, has death resist. Form of guts with the Chocobo feather. His TMR there. Rage Beast reward, that's just from the Behemoth K trial. Tried to give him some damage, but as you can see, he is absolutely dreadful to build for damage, so haha, not really doing much. He's really just here for the breaks and the imperil, but he does that beautifully. Maeve is, here's her build in Brave Shift form, Genji Shield for death resist, and then just as much bulk. She's only got 130% water resist, as much bulk as I can throw in there. But as you can see, she never got anywhere close to dying, so this is probably overkill on the bulk. So if you wanted to add more water resist, you could. Esther, full on damage. Kurisame's knowing tag for the death resist. Magister's gear, ruler's gear, and then just... hey, how you going? Just working on it in here. Oh yeah, that's rubbish.
Okay,
Yeah.
I'll grab them. Okay,
All right, excellent. Oh, sorry about that. Somebody just popped in my into the office there, so I'm just going to head over to a different room. Yeah, full-on killers there, 300% and 350 limit burst damage. Let's see. Seaguard doesn't really need anything specific. Just needs death resist gear, and yeah, honestly, that's all he really needs. Nothing significant there. Sylvie in regular form, nothing significant, just death resist. And in her Brave Shift form, you see I gave her some killers there. She's got 300% decent spirit, so yeah, she contributes a little bit. And here's Sensor's Chizuru in her Brave Shift form. Lots of damage, knowing tag for the death resist. Crescent Moon Charm does come with charm resist, but you don't really need it with this team. Ibis's Spirit, that's more important in the regular form than anything else. Let's see. Oh, yep, got the Lone Swordsman card there. That's for that extra chaining ability. In the normal form, some nice MP refresh and MP reduction. So that should help with that portion of the fight. And let's see. Yep, alright. That should have everything covered. Did I miss anything? Yeah, no, we didn't even use the Brave Shift form there. Maeve doesn't need anything in normal form. If she does die, that's okay. You just shift back and you're good to go. Alright. I'm going to pop back into my office here. And we're going to get this fight finished. Alright. I'm not letting anything stop me. People interrupting me? Nope. I don't care. Nothing's going to stop me. We're going to get in here and we're going to do this. Alright, so sorry for that little interruption there. But like I said, I've done this too many times. I am not going to let anything interrupt me. Alright. Everyone is geared up and ready to go. Good lord, look at that attack stat. Chizuru is so broken. Yep, we're ready to go. We're going to kill this thing. You ready? Let's do it. Boom! Oh my god. Wow. Woo. That feels good. Man, how many times have I done this and come up short? Finally. Finally. Whew. The Sinzar luck was with me. Thank you, Sinzar, for that. Really appreciate it. And yeah, that's my initial clear. Like, not even joking, that is my initial clear. Yep, Esther and Chizuru obviously carrying the fight. Yep, there you go. Sylvie, you know, chipping in a little bit. Wow, Tulien actually did more than I thought. He did more than Sylvie. Yeah. Wow, that feels good. And there you go. All right, too easy. Like I said, I will come back for the party of 5 or less once Tulien gets his upgrades. And I think I can honestly come back and do it with 2 Esthers instead of having to rely on Chizuru, because then we can just leave the LB field up. We'll rely entirely on the higher imperils and the higher breaks from Tulien, and I think we'll be able to get it done with a party of 5 or less. So I'm done with this trial for now. Like I said, when Tulien gets his upgrade, I'll come back and I'll try it again to get that party of 5 or less mission, and I'll post that video when we do it. All right, stay tuned. I will do a Rafflesia INT, the intermediate version. I will do a clear video of that later, but I wanted to get this one done, and I'm going to be riding this high for for at least the next hour or so. And yeah, then we will get this done. All right, so thank you guys for watching. I hope this was helpful to you, or at least entertaining, and I will see you guys later. I'll see you on the other side.